because I think the geography of the area... Ooh, now we know where the devious woods are. But I think the geography of the area, like the implied geography, is supposed to be... Because Jam Wasteland is by Braum Mansion. When we... It's where we got our diamond. But I think the geography of the area is that Deborah Cliff is supposed to be part of the Jam Wasteland. There might not be a Laurel shop here, and if there's not, oh well. So I don't know whether to file that particular piece of information, that there's a clue in the Jam Wasteland, as helpful or not. I'm not really sure, because it really does kind of depend on how you read it. The clue probably should say that there's a clue hidden at the end of Deborah Cliff, if you want to be actually technical. But I don't know if it's a totally bad piece of information, because I think the idea is that the geography of Transylvania is such that Deborah Cliff is part of the Jam Wasteland. Just part of it that's only accessible from another direction. Like, we're going to end up in Deborah Cliff after we go through Ondol here. Oh, you know what? There's a Laurel shop in Ondol that I have 4 in-game hours, which I think translates to like 2 in-game minutes or something. But yeah, we'll drop some cash on some laurels if I can find them. Just so I don't have to slog through a marsh later. You can slog through the marsh. Yeah, thank you. If you want, instead of using the laurel, you take damage. In fact, I think most speedruns forego laurels entirely and just budget their health in such a way that they just walk through the marshes. It's really difficult to do that with the Blasco Marsh outside of the first town of Jova, because first of all, it's a kind of a long marsh. And if you go there right from the beginning, you don't have the rib, so the monsters that are in that marshland are attacking you with fireballs, and it's just a bad scene. And you can't buy laurels until you go through and make it to Algeba. That's the first town where you can actually purchase laurels. This is not an optional area here along this river. Which is, I think this screen here is supposed to be part of the Jam Wasteland. So when she tells you there's this clue here, use garlic on the last tomb in Storagoi, which we already, first of all, we already knew to try that, because we already knew that throwing garlic in a graveyard summons an old man. But this being Deborah Cliff, we were told to hold a red crystal. I didn't get the red crystal, did I? Oh, God! I didn't get the red crystal. Well, I still have a blue crystal. I'm still walking around with a goddamn blue crystal. Look at me. How did we miss the red crystal? We talked to everybody in the towns. There's a guy in Ondol who trades your blue crystal for his red one, and somehow I missed him. Somehow I just walked right past him. So, I mean, I don't have any idea how I managed that. Alright, well, we're just gonna chill out here until morning light, I guess. We'll just kill these guys over and over and take a whole bunch of hearts. A whole bunch of hearts. Like, wow, lots of hearts. When I play the game normally, I usually skip the dagger. I don't spend 50 hearts on a dagger. And I usually skip the silver knife just because I never use it. And the diamond. I don't bother getting the diamond, and I don't bother getting the silk bag. The silk bag lets you hold up to 8 laurels and garlics, and there's just really never a part where you need to have 8 laurels or garlics. 4 is plenty. Anyone, like, you literally can only use garlic in 2 places. I think the idea is they allow you to carry more because they want you to use trial and error to figure out where to summon people, but there's 2 cemeteries that you pass through in the game, and both of them have an old man. You summon garlic, and the NPCs literally tell you where the old men are, so... Garlic also does damage enemies. Kind of... because it stays down on the ground when you throw it, so it's kind of like holy water that just kind of chills out on the ground. So some of these use items, again, for you train spotters out there, Symphony of the Night has use items that do this, like the little smelling salts items the Bibuti, I believe it's called. Bibuti? I don't know. Alucard can get those and throw them on the ground, and little salts hit the ground. The garlic is similar to that in this game. And then, of course, you've got the Ricochet Rock in Symphony of the Night, which is a little rock that you throw downward, it bounces off the ground, and it bounces off walls. That's what the Diamond is in this game. Neither of those are very functional methods of attack, in my opinion. In this game or in Symphony of the Night, my preferred sub-weapon in Symphony of the Night is the... There's like a lightning gun. I always forget what it's called. But yeah, there's a cool lightning gun you can get. I don't really use that often because Alucard has so many different kinds of attacks that I usually just stick either with his regular sword or one of his awesome spells or something. But in Richter mode, my preferred sub-weapon is the cross. And then for certain areas, I prefer the dagger, especially for fighting one boss in particular. Very, very useful to have daggers because Richter's got this awesome item crash. I think I showed it off when I Let's Played Symphony of the Night many, many years ago. I think I booted up Richter mode and showed that one boss and what daggers can do to him. I mean, I just have to kill time by talking about all my old Let's Plays because this one's super boring because the guy I need to talk to, he's in town now. You know what? I just must have missed a platform in Andal. I must have climbed up one side and come down the other side and just missed this one platform where this guy is. Okay. Does this sound familiar? There's a clue in the devious woods. Up here, I'll bet. I bet I came up and talked to this old man, but then dropped back down instead of jumping up to this platform here. Or not, you know, or I'm just dumb and wrong and bad and dumb and wrong. I don't know where the red crystal is then. I think that's perfectly clear. It's not back in Aldra, is it? No. All the NPCs that give you items or sell you items are gray. Whereas most town peoples wear like this ugly brownish red, the same color that Simon wears. Like that guy's wearing brown. The guy we're looking for wears gray. If he's not in this town, we're probably going to have to waste another day and night cycle going to look for him in Aldra, but I really thought he was here. Does it make any sense for him to... You know, we're going to run back to Aldra real quick. Because we've been all through Andal and didn't find him. So... I'm glad I got lost a little bit. I am glad, because this is kind of the essential Castlevania 2 experience. We got 5 in-game hours to get there. Getting lost a little bit and having to wander aimlessly, not just in Castlevania 2, but all modern Castlevania games. This is kind of how they do. Alright, let's just eat that damage. We don't need the hearts anymore. Just run, run, run. How much time? Oh, 4 in-game hours. And if he's not here, then... I suppose I'm a liar. I suppose I'm a terrible, terrible liar. Is that my... Is that what I normally do? I normally go and buy the whip and then come back here? To get the crystal? There's a church up here. We will fill up our pips real quick. Thank you, church lady. Oh my goodness. We're gonna be stuck in Aldra all night. yeah, I don't know where this guy is then. And now it's a horrible night to have a curse. Shoot! Okay, you know what I'll do then? Because I don't feel like talking anymore, and you guys don't want to watch me whip Zambos all night again, is I will just fast forward. Alright, now that the townsfolk will be out and about. Actually, I don't think they will be until I go into a door and come back out. You just must have missed it. He's right there. God damn it. Yup. 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 So, now we can go back through Saddam Woods, Ondel, and Deborah Cliff once again. So, Deborah Cliff is where we got stuck as a kid, and there's a clue in the game that mentions Deborah Cliff. It says, hit your head against Deborah Cliff to make a hole. I have no idea if that's a translation error or if it's just a bad clue in the game. If the clue is supposed to be kneel at the end of Deborah Cliff with the red crystal, or I mean this game words it as the Wasteland with the crystal, either way I think a player would know what to do. Like I said earlier, I think the idea is that the geography of the game is supposed to imply that Deborah Cliff is part of the Jam Wasteland. But yeah, there's a very obvious cliff. It's the only cliff like it in the game because it's you can't jump over it. It's too high to jump over, and there's not any monsters to like glitch up over it the way speedrunners do. And there's no other obvious thing here except for the clue that we found. But if we equip the red crystal, which I have now, and kneel at the cliff like the clue told me to do, this is one of the ends of Transylvania. This is the far, 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 far west edge of Transylvania, and it stretches all the way to the east. And then the far east edge is Castlevania itself. So here we are in Bodley Mansion. And I think I know where I'm going. Yeah, see, there's a hidden wall there. And you can find this wall just by... if you throw goodies at it. If we had bought an oak stake previously, on our way out of Brom Mansion, all you gotta do is walk through that wall, go straight to the end, you're in and out in 2 minutes flat. But I love where the oak stake is hidden in this mansion, and we got clues to find. We gotta find us a clue. Actually, we've only gotta find one clue. Oh, we just saw that, yeah, he's dropping to the floor, which means there's a hole right there to jump over. Ignore those brown rocks. We don't need to worry about brown rocks. I don't even know what those brown rocks do. There's nothing over there, so we're not going to find out. And a dead end, but not a dead end. Secret wall. Another glitch in this game that gets used a lot is called floor drops. Something to do with if you whip, like on the same frame you step off of a platform, you will fall straight down and glitch through all of the platforms. So speedrunners will use that to very quickly get through certain areas of the castle keep. in the game. And out in the overworld, too. Like, I think... Remember, I had to climb down some stairs. Oh, this friggin' guy's not going to get out of my way, is he? Nope. What is it? I had to climb down some stairs to get down to Yuba Lake, which is... Do I want to be down here? What am I doing down here? Oh, I know what I'm doing down here. Right. Yeah, climb down stairs to get to Yuba Lake. You can just floor drop to get down there. I've never practiced it. I don't know how to do it, so... I love where this guy's hidden. Yeah, you could scour this mansion, and it's like, you've got to be on the lookout for those walls, you know. You got to find some invisible walls. You better be throwing holy water at your dead ends. This is the 4th mansion out of 5 in the game. So, by this point, you should know the tricks. So again, I think that's fair. I think a reasonable player will discover that. I think a reasonable player will throw holy water at the dead ends. See that the bottles of holy water go through the dead ends, and then figure out where to jump. Or I guess they'll just go all the way back to a previous mansion and buy an oak steak. I have no idea. I now possess Dracula's nail. So we are on path to get the hundo. There's only one more item to pick up. It's the last whip upgrade. I did skip the first whip upgrade. I feel okay about doing that and still calling this the hundo. Actually, I need to go this way, don't I? Because the whip upgrades... Oh, wait, no, I don't. I have to go around the other way. The whip upgrades just... They replace each other. You don't need to buy the thorn whip because the chain whip is so early in the game. Oh, maybe I do have to go back up around this way. I mean, we've just established that I'm lost and I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. With that whole red crystal fiasco. I wonder if the red crystal fiasco just cost me the quote-unquote best ending. The game has 3 endings, and they all kind of suck. And they might even be bugged, honestly. The quote-unquote best ending in the game, Simon dies and Dracula comes back to life. And you only get that ending if you beat the game inside of a certain number of in-game days. There's a clue up here I forgot to get, which is why we're backtracking. And I think we might be on... It might be too late to get that ending now because I had to do all that backtracking. It actually might be too late to get that ending anyway because... you waste so much time... Where are we at? There it is. I spent so much time walking around inside the towns. If you explore all the towns talking to all the NPCs like I did... Well, all but one NPC, I guess. There's one NPC that I missed, the most important NPC in this part of the game. You might not physically not have enough time to complete the whole game if you do that. All the endings suck, and like I said, I think there's a chance that it might even be bugged. Like, the best ending of the game, like the hero succumbs to his wounds, like, really? Wouldn't be the first time Simon's Quest did something ridiculous. We need to go up here and around. That's right. And then we can backtrack from here. Can we beat the spearman up the stairs? Yes, room to spare. He decided to back off. He decided to be nice. But there's one clue in this mansion. It's right here. And it's just the name of the next mansion. So not super helpful. But now we can go back the way... Well, not the way we came. This is a different way entirely, but we can go back this way. And exit the mansion. Our exit's over here. Very nice. 713. I don't... I think that ending is within 9 days. Which means if we don't dilly-dally...
Shoutouts to McLean for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.